We are here today to talk about compliments. I know you guys love compliments, and if you like compliments in the niche side of things, today my top 10 most complimented niche fragrances of 2020. Let's go. Welcome back to another video. Today is about compliments, as you saw from the thumbnail in the beginning of this video, and I'm going to give you guys my top 10 fragrances that gave me the most compliments / positive remarks in 2020. Kicking things off here with this fragrance here from the house of Hermès. This is going to be Vetiver Tonka. As the name would imply, it has vetiver, it has tonka, but it has a lot more to the fragrance. This to me is a masterpiece from Jean-Claude Ellena, and to be honest with you, it's a fragrance that I wore a lot this year. Mostly, oh, it smells so good. It's got this, roasted chestnut nutty feel to it. I absolutely love Jean-Claude Ellena's nose, and he did a fantastic job with this whole Hermès collection. And this particular one is my favorite because of the note of vetiver here, embellished by the tonka, the roasted chestnuts / hazelnuts. It has this almost gourmand, but not quite. It's a woody spicy, very creamy, very elegant. If this fragrance lasted longer, it would perhaps rank higher on this list, but nevertheless, it's a classy masterpiece, guys. Vetiver Tonka gave me quite a bit of compliments in 2020, and I'm thinking it's gonna follow the same suit, especially when I'm dressed a little bit better, going into the office meetings. It's something that I always choose to wear for that particular setting, especially in the day wear. Check out Vetiver Tonka, check out the whole Hermès collection. Again, they're not very long lasting, but they're very special smelling. This one here is just exquisite. It's the best from the whole lineup, in my opinion. Coming in at number 9, we have a fragrance here from the house of Siage, which is a fragrance house that I normally don't talk much about. There's number 1 that I really love. It's like a tobacco, sweet tobacco type of a scent. And this one here happens to be my favorite from this collection. It's called Dignified, which is basically a saffron leather tobacco / vetiver fragrance. It's really nice. It's got some oud in it. It smells absolutely incredible. The only beef I have with this fragrance, and I know for a fact if this was longer lasting, it smells so good though. If this was longer lasting, I know for a fact it would give me more compliments. But I think this fragrance right here, if House of Siage is listening to this video or watching this video, you guys should definitely release a Dignified Intense or a Noir, because the actual scent profile, the DNA, the character here is fire, guys. It will definitely get your notice. I've always gotten at least, what are you wearing today? This smells really good. Whatever you have on, it smells amazing. So Dignified from House of Siage at the 9th spot. At the 8th spot, we have a newcomer to my complimented list, which is a fragrance that I heavily wore this year, especially in the second half of the year, and it gave me a ton of compliments. I couldn't get enough of it myself. And it's a fragrance that some of you probably not heard of, but most of you have if you're in the fragrance community. It made a lot of buzz in the fragrance community last year, and it's from a house of Marc-Antoine Barrois, and the fragrance is Ganymede. Now, what I love about this fragrance, guys, is sprayers are really beasts on this. What I love about this fragrance is 2 things. It contains a heavy dose of Immortelle, which is, oh man, this stuff is heavenly. So the Immortelle here acts like, the scent profile of Immortelle. It has this burnt sugar kind of a vibe to it, which is just so mouth-watering, breathtaking. But then it's paired off with osmanthus, which adds this sweet, savory, juicy plum kind of a facet. You pair both together, you have this incredible fragrance, guys. It is that good. It's one of the scents that it's sensual, it's seductive. You're gonna smell very professional, very unique. There's nothing out there that quite smells like this. So kudos to Marc-Antoine Barrois. I think they only have 2 fragrances in their portfolio as of right now. But this one here, guys, amazing for compliments. It was great for me the second half of last year, and I'll be heavily wearing this fragrance in 2021, and you definitely should check it out. This is called Ganymede. If you like gourmand fragrances and you like compliments, then this is definitely one that you should consider checking out. This is from the house of By Kilian Paris. This is Black Phantom. I'm sure you guys heard of this fragrance. It's going to be almost gourmand. It has this beautiful note of coffee with caramel. It's creamy. It's nutty. There's hazelnuts in here. It's got sandalwood. It has this boozy facet to the fragrance as well. I think they have a note of rum here, if I'm not mistaken. Black Phantom is a delectable concoction, guys. I'd like to wear this mostly for like romantic settings if I'm going out to dinners, perhaps for Valentine's Day, which is actually a fragrance that I wore last year. So something really to consider, to keep in the back of your mind when you're looking for something resinous, gourmandy, sweet, warm, that feels like this very embracing kind of a scent. If you go on to dates, it's something that's definitely going to get your notice positively. I never found somebody that said this doesn't smell good. It's just very well put together. As you know from the House of Killian, they do it very well when it comes to seductive juices. You know, Back to Black is another one that I absolutely love. It gives me positive attention. But lately, I've been gravitating towards Black Phantom, and it's one that I think you guys should most definitely check out if you love resinous, gourmand, delectable kind of scents. At the 6th spot, we have a fragrance here that should be no surprise to you, especially if you know the brand, which I'm sure you do if you follow the fragrance community or fragrance community related topics, which is compliments. This particular fragrance here from the House of Parfums de Marly sits on my top 3 favorites from the brand. I think at this point it's probably like my second favorite from the brand, with Carlisle being a close first. This is going to be Layton Exclusive. Now it takes the original DNA from Layton, which is that beautiful fruity apple cardamom, and it adds these amazing spices to this fragrance, almost like this leathery kind of a facet, along with a beautiful oud, infusion here that's just enough to make things a little darker, a little bit more interesting. And what I love about this also is that it's a little bit animalistic, so adds this a very intriguing facet to the fragrance. But one thing is for sure, just like the original Layton, it's going to be amazing for compliments, guys. A lot of great positive attentions with this one, and I'll be hard-pressed to find out that you wore this fragrance and you got no compliments, because, like I said, it sits on the top, in the second half, almost in the second half of my most complimented one. So it's one of those fragrances that never ceases to give me positive notices, guys. Layton Exclusive at the 6th spot. Now, these are the top guns, guys. These next 5 are the ones that I probably wore the most this year and got me the most compliments, period. There hasn't been a time that I wore this fragrance throughout the year, within the few times I wore it, that I didn't get a lot of compliments, at least 2 or 3 times for that evening or for that whole day. So they have a really strong rate of compliments. And of course, I'm not going to talk about compliments anymore, because everything here is going to be good for compliments at this point. At the 5th spot, we have probably the most designer-esque vibe here in this probably top 10, and it's going to be Amiris Homme from the House of Francis Kurkdjian, or Maison Francis Kurkdjian, guys. I love this fragrance. I talked about this fragrance immensely to you guys. It smells so good. It's a little spicy. It's a little bit woody. It has this dark chocolate nuance, but it's a little dry. It's not like a wet dark chocolate. It's not a very heavy scent. It's easy to wear, but it's powerful enough to get you noticed and get you compliments. So love the stuff. It's woody, it's spicy, it's very aromatic. It's got some floral components in the heart, but I love the iris with the Amiris flower, along with those woods that you get in the base. It's almost boozy, but it's very aromatic, and it's amazing, guys. Amiris Homme, if you haven't tried it, check it out. At the 4th spot, this fragrance is undoubtedly my favorite blue/aquatic, not so much blue, but aquatic scent, aromatic, citrus, aquatic scent of all time up to this point, guys. I discovered this last year, and I discovered the brand last year, discovered this scent this year. It was one of my favorite discoveries of 2020. It's 2021, the time I'm filming this, so technically last year. This is Amar Oud's Oudstone. This is an outstanding fragrance, guys. It's aquatic with a backbone. It's got so much going on here. You have oud, just a little hint of oud. It's got some spices, but the fruitiness, it's got this cardamom fruity note up top that is just so good, guys. I just can't get enough of this. I'm gonna wear this today. I know it's cold out, but this smells so good, guys. It's versatile enough that you could potentially pull it off all year long, especially if you work in closed encounters like office wear. It'll be great for those professional settings, or locations where you don't want to be too bold or too brash. It is powerful for a citrus aromatic scent because it's got ambergris, it's got some woods in here, it's got the saffron, it's got a little bit of an oud here, but the fruitiness and the aquatic tinge here, the mineral vibe that it gives, it is just uncanny. It's nothing like it, and it smells so good, guys. It got me so much positive attention that I'm surprised it only made to the top 4. Probably because I wear this mostly for like spring and summertime, but if I were to pull this off all year round as like a signature scent or something that I would wear regularly, it would probably be in the top 3. Top 4 is high enough. So Oudstone at the 4th spot from Amar Oud is one that you should definitely check out if you like aquatics and you love compliments. It's a match made in heaven right here. At the 3rd spot, a fragrance that I spoke to you guys again very heavily here on this channel over the past 5 years. This is a fragrance that I love. I wear this mostly for special occasions, but when I do wear it, I always get positive remarks. And it's a fragrance that I absolutely love from Roja Parfums, which is, needless to say, needs no introduction. And the fragrance is going to be Enigma Parfum Cologne. Now, whether you go with the Parfum Cologne, the bottom line is it smells incredible. And this is pretty much a boozy cognac slash tobacco, leathery cocoa patchouli vibe that you get with this fragrance. It starts off very resinous, very fizzy, almost like a Coca-Cola drink, but then it dries down to this beautiful cocoa patchouli-like vibe, almost like a Cinnabon wrapped in tobacco leaves and the wet cognac that you get with this fragrance. One word to summarize this: masterpiece, stunning, just an amazing fragrance, guys. This is, however, very powerful. Probably not for everyone, but if you wear this well and you pull it off nicely, you're gonna be noticed, and people are gonna wanna know what in the world you're wearing, because it is that good, guys. So third spot for me for 2020 was definitely Enigma Parfum Cologne. Amazing. At the second spot, this fragrance here actually surprised me last year when I started wearing this around February, March. You know, every time I wore it, I got positive remarks. And the funny thing is, why it was surprising to me, it's because it's very similar. Well, I guess it shouldn't be a surprise to me because it's similar to a heavy, quote unquote, compliment getting fragrance. And this particular fragrance I'm talking about here is Hashivat, and the fragrance is from Nishani. And it's basically a fragrance that is very similar to one of the most popular fragrances here in the community, Creed Aventus. Now, I find this to be fruitier and creamier than Aventus. It has this floral aspect to it, but it's not as smoky as Aventus, which I like. So if you have a problem with some batch variations, which I know a lot of you have, this will be a great alternative. And one thing I love about this is the performance. This is like a beast. It's like the interlude man of Aventus, if you will. Like you have the blue beast, this will be the white beast of Aventus. Because it's long lasting, it's powerful. You don't need more than 2 to 3 sprays. You're gonna smell amazing. People are going to love the way you smell. You know Aventus is a very likable, versatile, appealing type of a scent. The same goes here. Minus the smoke, powerful. You have some green tinges here, some green nuances, but it's definitely fruity and it's very, very powerful. So if you like that Aventus vibe, or you wanted an alternative that's more powerful without batch variation issues, check out this fragrance. It's a compliment monster. That's all there is to it. Let me get a drum roll, and can you guess which is my favorite, not my favorite, but my most complimented fragrance of 2020 niche? Can you guys guess it? If you follow the channel, you should have at least an idea. Well, it's a fragrance that's always been a part of my wardrobe. It was my first niche purchase ever, and it has a special place for me, so I wear this a lot throughout this year. I have a few bottles of this fragrance, and it's just a stunning juice. And I guess I'm wearing the pink shirt as homage to the pink gemstone that you have at the actual cap here. And it's called, of course, Amouage's Reflection Man. Now, this is a woody floral musk with a gorgeous note of jasmine. A lot of people, compare this, and it says that this resembles, Jean-Paul Gaultier's La Mort, but this is so much better, guys. It has so much better components in here. As we know, La Mort has been reformulated to death. Whatever you have available in stores today is a glimpse of what that fragrance was. This particular fragrance, though, is different. It has, they could be brothers or cousins. There's definitely resemblances here, but this has so much more to offer. The jasmine here is absolutely outstanding and breathtaking. Also has this chili note up top, which is a little bit spicier than, let's say, La Mort, for example. It has this orris note, iris kind of a vibe in the middle, along with that jasmine that gives that floral, musky feel that I talked about, and this gorgeous Mysore sandalwood at the base, which is just amazing. This stuff here, incredible. Definitely in my top 3 favorite Amouages of all time. I think I did a video for you guys talking about my top 5 Amouages, which I'll pop it up here for you guys to check out. Amazing house, incredible fragrance, Amouage Reflection Man, my most complimented fragrance in the niche side of things in 2020. As always, thanks so much, guys, for hanging out with me here today to talk about most complimented. Let me know in the comments which ones were your most complimented fragrances of 2020. I'd love to read your comments and perhaps find something that I haven't yet tried. Of course, show your support if you enjoy what I do here. Leave me a like, touch the little subscriber button, hit the little bell icon so you get videos like these straight into your feed. As always, guys, remember, fragrance is emotion in motion. It's an extension of who you are. So whatever you choose to wear, choose it wisely and wear it well. I'll see you guys right back here again very soon. Take care.